Welcome to Whiteboard Project Management YouTube channel. This episode is a special episode for defining your 6 tips or 6 steps for project schedule control. After you create your project schedule and all your activities, your milestones, everything is set properly, linked properly, the milestones are set and scheduled in the proper time. Now you have the schedule generated. You need to start using the schedule in your practical way. So what are those steps which you need to make for proper project schedule controls? Now, first thing, you created the project schedule. So I have here a project schedule. Now, when I created this schedule, the schedule is still fresh. It's in my hands. Now I need to do something with this schedule to make it functional. I cannot make it and use it in the schedule, in the project, apply it in the project unless this project schedule is approved. Means you have to send this schedule for your management, for your client, for your project team to make the approved version of this project schedule. Only with the approved version of the project schedule you can work with. As a project manager, you should take care that your project schedule is approved. Without approval, don't use it. Normally, the project schedule must be created in the contract. It's attached to the contract. If it's there, it is the approved version. If it's not there, then you just pick up the tasks and the information from the contract and the milestone, and you create your schedule. In that case, you need to make it approved. If your schedule is already attached to the contract, that means the schedule is already approved. Okay, now when the schedule is approved, so you need to make a steps where it's, I will make it in red because this is important. Approval means your project is schedule is done and now it's approved. Once it's approved, you can start work with this schedule. And the first step of those 6 steps to make the baseline of the project. The baseline is the approved version of the project. So we make here one, it's a baseline. So what is a baseline? The baseline is the approved version of the project schedule. Means when I have a baseline, there are no changes anymore. The activities are set, the milestones are set of the project, and the durations are set, as well as the scheduling of and linking of the activities, same as the resources set in the project schedule. Everything is set now because there is a baseline. So you make a baseline, and once you have a baseline, then you are ready to make the next step. So the next step after making the baseline, and you have your project schedule, I will draw one simple project schedule Gantt chart over here. Okay, if you consider that this is your project schedule, just an example. So you make it as a baseline, and now you need to define, because you have defined your start of the project, you need to start defining the percentage of each activity. Once you start, you have the baseline, you start using the project. You start using the project, you start with your activities. Means you start with your milestones, with your activities listed in this baseline project, the approved version of the schedule, and you need to put the percentage of each and every activity according to current day. Means the second part is to make actual percentage. The second one is to make the actual percentage. Okay, let me change the color to see it properly. One is the baseline. Second is the actual percentage of tasks and milestones. Now you create the percentage here and you put this is 100%, it's already started, this activity is 10%, and you start filling. Okay, the percentage here, it's not by estimating, or it's not by saying I'm estimating or I guess it's 5%, so let's put it 5%. This is wrong. Don't use this way. This is just a fast analog estimation. This estimation is critical, and it's very, very risky to you as a project manager, because the percentage completed could not be real. So always go back to your activity attribute, percentage, go back to activity attribute. There in the activity attribute, you will see what the definition of the activity, the description of the activity. You will see the description of the activity, the description of the milestones, the description of the resource used in this activity. According to that, you will see also the value of each thing to be delivered. Let's say in one activity, you have to deliver 10 documents. The value of each document is different, because if you have documents which are taking the time, it has more weight than the values of the documents which could be created within 1 day, 2 days. So always be careful. Go back to activity attribute, check the value of the activity of the sub activities required to be done, and then you put the proper percentage. You estimate the proper percentage completed. So once you put the percentage here, you need to say, I am putting this percentage according to the current day, according to today. The contract has been started today and I'm updating it today, so that means everything is 0. But if the contract is started before 1 week and now we are 1 week away from the schedule, that means some activities already scheduled and should be completed. Means you set the current date, today's date. So you have to tell the schedule, hello, today is this date. Today is 1st of January 2000 something. Yeah, it's the current day of the project updates. If you are updating the schedule regularly every day, every week, every month, normally or mostly used you are updating the project every week. Every week you need one update at least. So as a third part or third step, you need to set the project or the schedule current date. Set schedule current date. 4. Okay, your date is set. You are putting the percentage already. You put the current date. Now you need to make the update of the project overall. Means you are updating the activities here, but some activity, maybe this activity here, it's planned according to today. It was planned that 10% or 50% of the activity has been done, but you are saying that I have only 10%. Okay, so you planned according to today, you planned 50%, but you are putting the actual only 10%. Okay, only 10% finish, and that means you are behind the schedule. You are delayed for a reason. You have to say why. Okay, you have to find a solution to go back to schedule. But now you are only 10%. So you need to update the project overall. You set the tasks, and in one activity you could have planned 50%, but you are saying I am already ahead of schedule and I am in 80%, so I am here. Okay, I am ahead of schedule after the current day. So I'm doing good. I'm speeding. Once you finish all these individual activities finished, you need now to set overall project overall update. You update the project, and the full activities, what was delayed, will be shifted. Okay, that means this is all will be shifted and to start over here. This, the other one, which is ahead, the remaining is only this, and it will be shifted backwards. Okay, so the project will be set immediately, and the overall project will be updated. So you need to update the project overall. Okay, so we will say project overall update. Okay, we go to step number 6 or number 5 before 6. Step number 5, you need to make the forecasts. What are those forecasts? The forecast is actually, I can see that this activity, which we said it's already delayed, that it will finish within 10 days. But the forecast is telling me, because I am behind the schedule, I need not 10 days, I need 15 days to finish. So this is the forecast. Okay, forecast, current date, and plan date. The forecast of each and individual activity need to be properly monitored and controlled. So number 5 is the forecasting. Once you did the forecasting, we go back to the important part as a project manager, which is analysis of what you are doing. You need to analyze your forecasts. If you do those 6 major points you are controlling your project schedule. Okay, so let's check it once again. First, you have the project schedule approved. You make your baseline. Second, once you have the project baseline, you are putting the actual percentage, and the actual percentage is based on the values of your deliverables in each activity. The weights of the deliverables in each activity. Okay? Number 3, you need to set the current date of the project. You are making the project date. Number 4, you need to make the project overall update, so everything will be set according to your activities which are ahead of schedule, and according to activities which are behind the schedule, and according to activities which are in schedule. Okay? Number 5, you check your forecasts. Your forecasts are telling you when you are going to finish. You could be delayed or ahead of schedule. Important part. Number 6, come to analyze your forecast and you see, I am behind schedule, ahead of schedule, or in schedule. So let's make simple graphs. Now, each activity has a date. The date you are saying it's the current date, or the date where the activity is planned, then the baseline, and then the forecast. So always be careful that your forecast is ahead of your planned date or your baseline date, and it's not behind it. Once it's behind, it's risky, and you need to make your schedule plan. Your actual is around the plan within the range accepted. In the next episode, I will try to explain to you in a workshop how to create or how to update and use those 6 steps for project scheduling in Microsoft Project as a workshop, and you will see it how we make it. Thank you for watching, and see you in next episode.